Now we are going to start chapter 7, that is alternating current. In short, we say this alternating current AC, and sometime write like this AC. So in last chapter we have learned about AC power generator. That means a coil is rotating by some mechanical energy in the magnetic field, and that is generating a potential that is alternating this kind of potential. Okay, so sometimes this side is positive, other time this side is positive. Again, negative and positive does not mean anything, only thing that once current is flowing in this direction, next half current is flowing in this direction. Now let us go back to some basics. We have learned about sinusoidal waves and waves in chapter 14 of class 11th, waves. So this is and this is plus half, this is minus half, and from this side to this side this is called one oscillation. This is one oscillation, and this is the maximum value, and this is the maximum value on the other side. And how did we represent this? We represented it x of t. This wave is progressing with time, a sine omega of t, because this is sine wave. Suppose we want to make cos wave, so how will we make? We will start from 1. So this is cos wave. Same thing, x of t is equal to a cos omega t. And what was this a? This a was maximum amplitude on either side. Either you say this side or this side. Negative means only direction is changed. Current is flowing on the negative side, that means opposite direction. Positive means current is flowing in one direction. Rest are same. Maximum amplitude is same, and this current is varying sinusoidal or in cos form. In last chapter we have seen that current is a sinusoidal current, and that maximum EMF was, this EMF was changing epsilon naught sine omega t. So this was the potential. Suppose the system has resistance R, and we divide this whole equation by resistance R. What we get? We get current. Current is equal to, suppose this is some current I naught, constant current, sine omega t. So current is also going in sinusoidal wave. So again, what is this I naught? This I naught is the maximum amplitude of the current. This is maximum amplitude. What is, suppose if we draw voltage or potential, what is this epsilon naught? This epsilon naught is again the constant, the maximum value. Rest is sine wave is taking over this constant. Now let us start this chapter of alternating current, that means sinusoidal waves implied on current and voltages. So till now we have learned about direct current sources, especially called DC sources. Direct current sources, DC sources. These currents do not change with time. So the direction, so here it is written, these currents do not change direction with time. So current is flowing, suppose left to right, so it will keep on flowing from left to right. Suppose this is a battery, this is positive side of battery, this is negative, so current will flow always from positive to negative. It will not change its direction. So this is DC current. Another type of current is alternating current. Alternating current, what happens? This alternating current, suppose we put this symbol. This is symbol of alternating current. So what is the meaning of this? So in alternating current we don't show any direction. Why? Because suppose for some time this side is positive, so current will flow in this direction. Okay, so current will flow clockwise if this side is positive. After some time this other side will become positive, so what will happen? So current will start flowing in this direction, anti-clockwise. That's why in alternating currents we don't show any direction, and symbol for alternating current is this. And how do we show direct currents? By making a battery or cell. So this is for DC currents and this is for AC currents. So that is some fundamental difference and introduction to AC and DC. Now we have seen that the electric main supply in our homes and offices, that all the electricity we are consuming, that varies like a sine function, like this sine wave kind of thing. And we have already learned that there is no big difference other than phase in sine and cos waves. So since first half voltage is on the positive side, second half on the other side, again this positive negative is only convention. Let us say first time this is upper side, second time on the lower side, that means other side. So that's why plus minus. So that's why it is called alternating voltage. Alternating voltage, because suppose this is a wire, if it is plus it is negative, so direction of current in this way, after some time this direction changes, this becomes plus and this becomes minus, then currents start flowing in this way. So in alternating current changes its direction with time, that's why it is called alternating current. And the voltage is called alternate voltage. In short, we always write this AC voltage, and current driven in circuit is called alternating current, AC current. But one thing we have to note, that when we write AC voltage, so this is alternating current voltage. This term is though not correct, but it is commonly used, so we are going to use this term. So here it is written AC voltage means alternating current voltage. So this term does not make any sense. Similarly, AC current means alternating current. So this term also does not make any sense. But right now we have become so familiar with these terms that everybody uses this term. So instead of saying A current or A voltage, alt voltage or alt current, we will simply say AC current and AC voltage. We will not say alt voltage, alt current. Similarly, for direct currents, what we say DC voltage and DC current. So we will not say direct voltage or direct current. In commonly we are going to say DC voltage and DC current. So in this way we are going to say these. So this is the most of the electrical devices that are running require AC voltages that is coming to our house. Now main advantage of AC, what is the advantage of AC over DC? So we are using AC instead of DC. The main advantage is that transmission and distribution is far more easier. That is much more easier than distributing DC current. The main reason of preferring AC is that AC voltages can be easily and efficiently converting from one voltage to other by means of transformers. In last chapter we have learned about mutual induction, that means one coil is here, another coil was inside this. Suppose we put another coil just near to it, very near. So what we can do, suppose voltage on this coil is V1 and voltage on this coil is V2. So the ratio of voltages V1 and V2 is equal to number of turns in coil 1 and number of turns in coil 2. So just by simply changing the number of coil in secondary coil, we can enhance or reduce the voltage. That is the working principle behind transformers. So the transformers in your locality or in the city that you see, what they do, there are two types of transformer. One is a step up transformer, those step up transformers are in powerhouses. So machine is generating some AC at some voltage, let us say 440 volt. So they increase the voltage to 11,000 volts or 25,000 volts. Okay. What happens when this electricity comes again to your house? You use step down transformer and you reduce this 25 kV voltage to 440 volt. That means usable at your home. That normal 220 volt. So what is used? The normal transformers. Since AC can function with this mutual induction principle, that's why we use AC instead of DC. DC cannot do this mutual induction function. Another problem with DC is that it cannot be transported for large distances. Since voltages are the problem with the you know that power is constant. Suppose power is constant, so power is VI. V into I. If we increase voltage, current is reduced. If we increase current, then voltage will be reduced. In case of AC, we are increasing voltage. In that case, current will go down. And you know, heat generated H is equal to I square RT. If I is high, the current will be so high that the wires will be melted. That's why it is difficult to transport DC to long distances. But in case of AC, we increase the voltage, current is very reduced, current is very low. So the electricity can be transported to very far places. So AC exhibits such characteristics which are exploited in many devices of daily use. For example, whenever we tune our radio to a favorite station, we are taking advantage of a property of AC circuit, so that we will learn in this chapter. But major advantage is its transmission and distribution by the means of transformers.